What's up, guys? I am going to fulfill a video request. I've actually been asked a few times, but I keep forgetting about it. But on my last video, somebody asked if I could show where I mounted my rock lights on the stepside bed portion of my truck. Apparently, a lot of people are kind of having issues finding spots for them on step sides, which is understandable because on a regular fleet side bed, obviously you have the fender, inner fender to mount it to. But from before I get to that, does anybody know anybody that would like to buy some slightly used Atiro tires? It's got a little bit of tread left in them. It only has one puncture hole. But in all seriousness, no, I'm just, I don't know what I'm going to do with these tires. Yeah, I don't know. There's two Atiros that are probably honestly good to run as like a spare. Maybe, or just like, you know, somebody's looking for some cheap tires. Like $50 will take, you know, two of them. And those Federals, if somebody wants 4 35-inch tires, then I guess I can mix up the Federals and the Atiros if they're really balling on a budget. But anyhow, as far as the rock lights go, and at the moment they still are not functioning because I never got the controller. They told me that they were gonna replace it for me, but ended up not ever replacing it for me. But anyway, rock lights on the front are easy. Pretty much mount them wherever you want to. I've got one mounted here and one mounted up here. So this one shines down. This one kind of shines down up, you know, on everything else. And eventually I'd like to get another one to mount up here and have 3 up front in each front fender. And for the back, I'm not sure if we're gonna be able to see this very well, but I've got it mounted right there. So pretty much on the underside of the bed rail. So we got the bed rail right here, and the rock light is mounted on the underside of the bed rail. And with C4's lights, you know, you can mount them using some 3M tape, or you could screw them in, and on those I screwed them in. But here's the catch though, and I'm not sure how far down the bed rails go. I mean, probably to right here, I would imagine, but you know, don't get too long of screws and, you know, puncture through the side of your bed. That wouldn't be good. But now I've got them mounted just like that on both sides of the truck. Wiring just kind of tucked up there as much as I could get it. There's really nowhere to secure wires up there, unfortunately, but that is where they are at. So the fronts are easy. Backs are a little more difficult because you have to find a place for them. Then everybody comes up here and gets wired up to the control box, which is right there. But it's dysfunctional right now. I don't know why. It got fried up somehow. Don't know what happened to it. But changing up some stuff on my front end. Kind of took it, you know, took everything off to clean up some wiring. Put some new LED headlights in, some upgraded aux beams in my low beams. Also cut out the rest of the back portion of my grill so the front looks a lot better. You won't see those white bars through it. But anyway, it is Friday night. Got a weekend ahead of us, so hopefully I can get some things changed up. The truck's, you know, starting to get back into shape for the year, which is nice. But I did want to ask you guys though, would you recommend? See, what I'm trying to do is, you know, to kind of decrank my front end a little bit, the torsion bars, and I don't want to do that right now because it would put a horrible rake on it. The back end will be so much higher than the front. So would you guys recommend that I put a smaller block on the back, maybe a 3-inch instead of a 4-inch, and then went down a little bit on the front? Or what are you thinking? Because, you know, I don't know if anybody else has an experience with it, but I'm sure somebody else out there does. But Rough Country gives you an add-a-leaf, so you actually add a leaf into the leaf pack, and then of course you got the 4-inch block, and majority of the time you have to raise the front and kind of crank it up just a little bit so you can squeeze those, you know, full 6 inches out. Otherwise you're kind of stuck with a 5.5-inch lift. So yeah, I don't know what to do here. I would like to get my control arm more away from the shock and, you know, further away from that bump stop. Somebody mentioned in my previous video that it looks really cranked up, and I'm not saying that it's not. I would say it's like 3/4 cranked on both sides, but it's really close to that bump stop. There's just a little bit of room in there, and I would like to eliminate that. So any suggestions, ideas, experience, and what you guys have done would be extremely helpful, because I don't want to lose height, but at the same time, you know, I want to kind of get some stress off of those parts up front. So just let me know if you guys have done something. We'll take some things into consideration. But anyway, thanks y'all for watching. Thanks for all the likes on the Instagram, constant growing followers, constant subscribers growing on this channel. Very much appreciated, guys, and we will see y'all in the next one.